Hello piano students, this is Dr. Ajero, Professor of Piano at Stephen F. Austin State University, home of the uncrowned 2020 NCAA basketball champions. This video is how to play the E-flat major scale and arpeggios. What I want to start off with first is a demonstration of the scale 2 octaves hands together, and also with the arpeggio that follows, and then we'll get into a deeper explanation on each of them here. Here's the scale. 1, 2, here I go. And the arpeggio. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the key signature. Remember that E-flat major should have 3 flats in it, that being E-flat, A-flat, and B-flat. Make sure you have those on the radar and try to avoid the naturals that associate with it, and then also all the other sharp or flat keys that you don't want in that particular scale. Now for the fingering, remember that every scale that you play at the piano keyboard has 7 different notes, and it can be separated into 2 different fingering groups. One is 1, 2, 3, axe and jacks, and the other one is 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 plus 4 equals the 7 different notes you want in the scale. It just doesn't always start with the thumb. In the right hand for the E-flat major scale, we start with the 3rd finger. Okay. The reason why we start with the 3rd finger is because the principle behind all of the group 3 keys that we have, B-flat major, E-flat, A-flat major, is that the 4th finger, you guys know your 4th finger? 4th finger should always play on B-flat. Remember that. If you just simply memorize that principle, then you'll more likely succeed in playing the right hand scale correctly, like so. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then backwards it will go 3, 2, 1, 4th finger on B flat, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4th finger on B flat, 2, 3. And that's how you do the scale. Some of the most common errors that I've seen is students skipping fingers as they go on their way down. Sometimes they go like 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, and then they skip their 2nd finger here because it doesn't seem natural. They go to their thumb because they're going from a black key to a white key. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure you go to the 2nd finger and so forth. A lot of students do that correctly when they're doing it hand separately, but then when they introduce the left hand to it, then sometimes that becomes an issue. So just watch out for that in your practice, or have maybe a fellow student of yours, a fellow classmate of yours also keep an eye out to make sure that you're not doing that, okay? As far as the left hand is concerned, left hand starts off with that 3-2-1 grouping, the 3-2-1, and then it follows it up with a 4-3-2-1. And that one's actually pretty easy to memorize here, just alternating between the 3 plus 4 groups here. So what that ends up doing is that the 4th finger ends up playing on the A flat, or the 4th scale degree. That's what really unifies all 3 keys, B flat, E flat, and A flat major, is that they all have the 4th finger play on the 4th scale degree. All right, so then the left hand fingering should go 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. And then backwards it would go 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So then when you're putting it hands together, if you take a look at the fingering chart, you'll notice that the 3s always play together at the same time. And then whenever you're playing the white keys, the Fs and the Gs, notice that the 1s and the 2s play together at the same time here, okay? Of course, the thumbs don't line up exactly with one another, but when one hand's playing the thumb, the other hand plays the 2nd finger, and vice versa. 2 plays with 1 there. And then when you get to the A flat and B flat, that's where your 4th fingers come into play. In the left hand, that's where the 4th finger plays. And then the right hand plays the 4th finger on the B flat. Okay? So the fourth fingers don't line up with one another for this scale, but they are in close proximity to one another, like so. And then you'll pass your thumb under in your right hand. Don't skip a finger here in the left hand. That's also another common error. Make sure you go to the second finger and then go to that 2 and 1 combination, and then 1, 2, and then the 3's played together on the E flats. Okay? And then the same thing for the second octave, going up like that. Okay? And then on the way down, fourth finger on B flat in the right hand, fourth finger on the A flat in the left hand, pass the thumb under in the left hand, but play the second finger in the right hand, vice versa, and then coming down, second octave, same story that goes along with that there. Okay? So practice that about 1,000,000 times until you can do it nice and steadily, like so. And if you can gradually increase your tempo, then you'll be able to play it without even thinking or looking down at your hands for it here. Now for the arpeggios, remember that the arpeggio consists of the root, the third, and the fifth of the triad. And in this case, it's E flat, G, and B flat. Now since it has this black key, white key, black key combination, you want to try to avoid using your thumb on the black keys. Otherwise it will be really awkward when you try to pass your thumb under onto a black key. So what we try to always aim for, I like to call them the Oreo cookie shaped arpeggios, because it has black key, white key, black key here. So I try to keep the thumb on the white creamy filling in the middle, and in this case it's going to be the G. So what you're going to start with, and it might seem a little bit awkward to start with here, with the fourth finger in the right hand, but then what that's going to do is going to force you, because you're obviously not going to use your pinky, your fifth finger in the middle of the arpeggio, force you to go to your thumb, and then your second finger on the B flat, and then that should line up with your fourth finger again on the E flat an octave higher. And you'll repeat that same process in the second octave. And then on your way down, just don't forget that once you get to the thumb, come back to that E flat tonic note with the fourth finger, second finger, thumb, and then fourth finger like so here, okay? I've had some students that go to their third finger, but I think that puts an unnecessary strain on the hand that you really don't want to be doing here. I think for most students' hands, it fits most naturally to have the second finger and the fourth finger on these adjacent black keys in the middle of this arpeggio here, and of course the thumb playing on the white key in the middle. For the left hand, it's the exact same fingering, but just opposite here. Instead of starting with the fourth finger, you'll actually start with your second finger, and that forces you to play your thumb right on the white key in the middle here. And then you'll cross over with your fourth finger, your ring finger, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, and then backwards it will go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. So then when you put it hands together, notice that on the fingering chart that the 4s and the 2s play opposing one another here. The thumbs play together on the white key, the G in the middle, and then same thing here. This time right hand 2, left hand 4, opposites, thumbs. And that's how your E flat major arpeggio should look, and also the scale that I demonstrated earlier. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is ajeromp@sfasu.edu, and go Jacks!